Now I'm adding her iconic line, "Look at you, now look at me." I spent hours on this piece, you guys. Now I'm adding cherry blossoms, which I think was the best creative choice I made for this. But I'm creating an outline of Lisa's hair because I thought it was really iconic for this era. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. So today we're going to be having a little creative session, and this video is intended to be really helpful for any of you out there who might be struggling with creative block. I know I struggle with it from time to time. So what I like to do is to draw inspiration from one art form and find a way to translate it into a completely different art form. I find there's no better way to really unleash your creative juices. Whatever art form you enjoy, whether that's bullet journaling, watercolor, video art, what have you, I encourage you to join me today in unleashing your creativity. Have fun translating this source of inspiration into something really cool. Today's unlikely source of inspiration is none other than Blackpink's The Album. Instantly when I saw this in store, I was so inspired by the holographic design. This album comes in 3 different versions, and I had to get the holographic one because it was by far the most outstanding to me. I really like a lot of the photography contained within this album. So today I'm going to be drawing inspiration from the photo cards of each of the members and translating that into graphic design elements for my Instagram feed. I'm very eager to see how this turns out. I encourage you guys to join me. If you guys decide to draw inspiration from our little subject today, make sure you tag me on Instagram so I can see how it turned out. Grab your tea, some snacks, your creative supplies, and let's enjoy a calm, relaxing, creative session together. Hi guys, editing Zoe here. So this first piece of artwork that you're going to see is an illustration of Jisoo. And I thought it turned out almost looking like some sort of vintagey postcard, and there were cherry blossoms involved. Excited for you guys to see how it turned out, so let's get into the process. So I started out by opening a fresh Photoshop file and importing a picture of Jisoo, and now I'm just swatching colors to use in a potential palette. Now I am just sizing a quote from the song Lovesick Girls, and this is an English translation of one of Jisoo's lines. Thought it was really cute. Now I am just creating some line art out of the photograph of Jisoo. This is probably going to take a minute, so just sit back and enjoy.
I like this little time we have together just talking.
Alright, so I just decided to curve the text around an oval and change the font to something a little more script. And I'm going to change the colorway of this piece so many times, but I just added Jisoo's name to the bottom in this interesting way. You can't really tell what it says, but those who know. So I thought it was really cute. Now I'm adding cherry blossoms, which I think was the best creative choice I made for this entire piece. They looked so good. And yeah, just changing the colorway a lot. I actually like this one, but I didn't think there was enough contrast, so I'm going to change it again. Yeah, and now I'm just playing around with gradients. I think these are the final colors I settle on, but I'm just doing some touch-ups on Jisoo's line art, and this is the finished product. This next piece of art is going to be somewhat abstract, I guess, but it is inspired by this photo of Rosé, and I feel like it is probably the most interesting of all of the pieces. I think I went in an unexpected direction with this one, even for myself. I really didn't know where I was going with this, but I ultimately like how it turned out, and I hope you do too. Alright, so I'm starting off with this picture of Rosé, and I'm just swatching some colors again. And I'm including one of her quotes from the song You Never Know, and I will use that somewhere in this piece. Now I am just capturing the line art again, just tracing over this photograph. Please enjoy this little time lapse. Alright, so I just kind of messed with the orientation and sizing of everything, and now I'm painting the background this really pretty sky blue color and this millennial pink. I decided to write out the quote. I thought it looked a little more interesting, and now I am rough sketching Rosé's name and just doodling all over this piece and having fun with it. Yeah, all those little letters actually spell out Blackpink if you look closely. Now I'm painting Rosé purple, adding more vibrancy. And this is where things got interesting. I really had no idea where I was going with this. I just knew I wanted to add more interest to it because I thought it was looking a little blah. So yeah, I messed with the orientation so that her eyes were parallel to the edge of the photo, and now I'm making it look like an album by adding these little graphics, and this is the final look. So this next piece here is Lisa's, and I think this one is definitely my favorite, and it was the easiest to do. It took the least time of all of them, and I think it turned out so good. It ended up looking like a swatch book for makeup, and I really like how it turned out. So yeah, let's see the process. Alright, so I'm just starting out, not swatching this one. I totally forgot to do that, but I'm creating an outline of Lisa's hair because I thought it was really iconic for this era. And I'm doing an outline of her lips, just so her face does have like a defining feature. And I'm going to keep this pretty minimal, and those are the only things I'm going to outline. I thought that would be interesting. And I feel like you can actually tell this is Lisa just by those two things. And I'm just doing some watercolor painting here. Thought it'd be really nice in combination with this really thin line art. And I just erased the edges a little bit with this really cool eraser that kind of left some of the paint behind. I thought it gave this really cool effect. And then of course the quote from Ice Cream, Mona Lisa kinda Lisa. I thought it was perfect for this, and now I'm just swatching colors all across this. And I added this little washi tape clip art, but I think it looks like a ribbon, getting that drop shadow just right so it looks realistic. And then I added this glitter clip art, but I'm gonna use a gradient map so that it looks more like eyeshadow that's smeared across it, and I thought it gave a really cool effect. Now I'm playing around with the idea of a border, but I ultimately end up just doing these two bars at the top and the bottom of the image, and I think it turned out really good. Alright, and this is the final piece. Alright, so this next piece is Jennie, and I really struggled with this one, and I cut so much out just for the sake of time, but I spent hours on this piece, you guys, and I just kept starting over. Like, I would try to take an idea somewhere and then it would go nowhere and I'd have to start all over again. Ultimately though, Jennie's is actually one of my favorites as well, and I'm really pleased with how it turned out despite the process being such a roller coaster. So let's see. So I'm starting out with this photo of Jennie, and what you see are the remnants of a scrapped idea, but I'm just swatching colors here, and now I'm doing a outline of Jennie to create some line art. And what you see at the bottom there was, again, remnants of an idea that I ended up not going with. It was supposed to replicate the tube top that she had on, but yeah, see, it was supposed to look like that. But I scrapped it and decided to keep things simple. Alright, so now I'm using this really cool creamy brush that resembles like painting with like a lipstick. It's so cool, and I'm just going over certain areas that I think will look good with a little pop of color. I did the little hearts on her cheeks and some really cool blue eyeshadow that I thought really popped, and drew from the color palette of the original photo. Now I'm adding her iconic line, "Look at you, now look at me." And I know Lisa says this too, but I really like Jennie's line of that and how you like that. Now I'm trying to like add these holographic elements, but it didn't work, so I scrapped it. Then I added these little stars and they just fit so perfectly. I love them so much. And now I'm adding some pink into the photo, which I also think was a really good creative decision. It contrasts so well with the blue. Like, I really like it. And I think I'm almost done, just adding some finishing touches here. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, yeah, of course, and I add some more glitter. And that is the final piece. I hope you guys like it. And these are the final graphics for my Instagram, and I think they came out really good, if I do say so myself. I highly recommend that you guys try something like this. It was so much fun, and I felt like I was just flexing my creativity without all the pressure of it having to turn out a certain way. So I really enjoyed this little challenge, this project, if you will, and I encourage you guys to do the same and tag me on Instagram. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you really enjoyed that session. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, and hit the like button to let YouTube know they should recommend this video to more people. It really helps out the channel. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys decide to create. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from this channel, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time I upload. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you all have a good one, and I will see you next time.